Hey everyone! Today we're making this pop-up card based from Matthew Reinhart's template. The link to the original video will be in the description box. For our kids' church, we drew on the body and the faces and placed the words "forgive one another" at the bottom of the card because we're talking about forgiveness. So to prep this craft, we will be assembling the whole pop-up card for the service. The kids will only color their pop-up cards, so this will take a bit of time to prepare, so I suggest you start the preparations early. To make this craft, we will need the base of the pop-up card, the pop-up body, and the pop-up head. We have a boy and a girl template. First, let's take the base card and cut along the solid lines. Next, fold the base card in half using the dotted line in the center as a guide. Now, let's take the pop-up body and cut along the solid lines also. And don't forget to cut the lines in between the legs too. Now let's take the face template and cut out the faces. I'm cutting the girl's face and a boy's face so you can see both variations. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep my hand still and I'm moving the paper instead of the scissors, and this gives me easier control. And now that we are done cutting all the parts, we are now ready to set up the pop-up card. Now to assemble the pop-up card, let's first start with the pop-up body. As you can see, the template has dotted lines and these are guides on where we're gonna fold our pop-up body. There's one right in the middle and there's one that intersects in the middle that is a V-fold, and on the left and right there are right angle folds. So there is an easy way to fold this, just follow along. First, let's fold this pop-up body in half to create the center fold. This pop-up body is symmetrical, so it shouldn't be a problem when you fold it in half. Now make sure the creases are nice and folded, so flip that pop-up over until that part where the print is on the outside. Next, we're gonna make a V-fold. This is the diagonal line on the pop-up body. And since this pop-up body is symmetrical, you can just fold that by taking the leg upward. I'm also using the back of my scissors to make the crease nice and folded. Flip the pop-up over and fold it on the other side as well. So you just created your V-fold. Now don't unfold the V-fold yet. Next, we are gonna make the right angle folds. So as you can see, when you fold the leg upward in that V-fold area, there is gonna be a straight line by the arm area. Just fold that arm using that straight line as a guide, and then flip the pop-up body over and fold it on the other side as well. So there are just three main folds, the one in the center, the V-fold at the bottom, and the one on the arms. So when you unfold your pop-up body, everything shall be nice and folded like this. So if this confuses you, you can just rewind the video and watch it over again. Now it's time to glue this pop-up body onto the base card. The base card already has a gray shaded area where you can just put your glue. I'm using a glue stick, but if it's easier for you to use some regular white glue, then you can use that. I'm just putting a generous amount of glue on that gray area, and now we can secure this pop-up body onto the base card, and as you can see, the legs should line up. Before trying to fold this pop-up, make sure that it's nice and glued, and if you need to, you can wait for it to dry. Now we can properly fold this inward, starting with the arms. So the arms will fold down like this. And the body and the head will also fold inward in the middle also. So test it if your pop-up is working, because the next part is take the head and just glue it on the left side of the pop-up. So the area where there is an ear, this is where we're gonna glue the head of the boy or the girl. Again, I used a glue stick, and I started with the head of the girl. So now when we fold it, the head is just gonna fold to the left side, like this. So you see, this craft is pretty easy. It just requires a lot of cutting and some folding. But once you get the hang of it, it's gonna be easy breezy to assemble. So this is the pop-up that I made of the boy. And we're done. Now, during the service, all the kids have to do is to color their template. So I'm using the colors of the world and 48 colors of Crayola. And finally, this is what our craft looks like. I hope you had fun, and don't forget to follow our official YouTube account for crafts. It's Hey Crafty Kids.